of here. I had to get in with you. I had to examine this, man, and you got to examine this too. Ask yourself a question. This is a question for you. Are we really tired of being murdered by the cops? Are we really valuing our lives as though they should not be taken? Or are we really just pleading with the slave master to love us? Because we act as though we tired of it. We tired of it. We tired of it. But really, my question is, do we just want more love? Do we want more love from our slave master? Or do we want to force him to appreciate our lives and our children's lives and our husband and wives' lives? And then again, do we love and appreciate it? Or really, do we just want him to love us a little more, pat us on the back, a little tap us on the head and say, you've been a good boy? Is that what we really want? I'm going to show you a tape of the brothers out there in Minneapolis dropping this truth. Okay, Quadash Zion and his men throwing it down in Minneapolis in the middle, right after the murder of George Floyd. And I'm going to show you, I might cut it up a little piece by piece, but I want to show you the reaction by those that were out there and how much they were against a Caucasian taking the lower seat for what has been done. Check it out, y'all.
So what you say your people did to our people, and you want to show a gesture to show that you're sorry, bow down with your face towards the earth, on your knees. Yes, we do, sir. All right? That's with your face towards the earth. Keep stay down. That's not over. That's half of it.
Look at the reaction of black people. Look at the reaction of black people. Look at black people react.
Who said he wanted to do this? He wanted to do this. Hey, he asked for this. Nobody making him do anything. He asked for this. He asked to do this. He asked them.
How quickly they come. Particularly black women.
What he can do.
He wanted to make a gesture.
Let's have some decorum. Hey, do you want to fix? Do you want to show that you're sorry? Do you want to? No, that's half of it. Do you want to finish the job?
I'll kiss the donut in front of your religion.
Get back on your knees, bro. What's the rest? Stay right there. And kiss the boots of the priests and prophets of the Lord. Come kiss the boots of every man out here.
Look at how upset other black people got. Look at how upset other black people got, man. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit more, but I got to show you. Look how upset they got just because one white man bowed down. One white man bowed down. Look at your forefathers bowed down for 400 years. Your forefathers kissed the dirt for 400 years. Were raped, were lynched, were beat, were whipped till the blood came out of their skin. Then salt was put in it. Hands cut off, feet cut off. Sold into prostitution, man. Traded all over the earth like garbage. Not one, not 10, not 100. Tens of thousands of them. Tens of thousands of them. And during the death, okay, of George Floyd, he offered this man one moment to turn around and give a gesture of apology for all of that, and that was too much for the people that were standing out there. Which shows you that you're not really ready to get free from your master. You really love your master, and you really just want your master to love you back. You don't mind staying in slavery. You don't mind being in poverty and in hell, just as long as your slave master give you a little love back. And that's all you require. When all that they receive from you, the blood of you and yours, how come that doesn't matter to you? So much so that you take it personal. That one white man decided to kiss the ground, you took it personal, man. Let's get a little bit more. under his jacket, and he's looking around to see if a camera is filming. Meanwhile, he has something under his jacket. Look at how upset black people are. Remember now, it's about 4 times as much white people out there as there are black people.
It's a little girl missing from here right now.
About 4 times as much. And meanwhile, they're upset with the brothers over one white man bowing down to apologize for what has happened to you for 400 years.
He said he's sorry for white people being taught people he wanted to do so.
Like near chaos almost broke out simply because a white man came off of his authority and power and got down on his knee. Almost all anarchy broke loose. Not among them, among our people, among us. Our people freaked the hell out because we are in the mindset that they are the master. You don't know you brainwashed. You think you're not brainwashed, but you are. And it's one of the reasons you can't stop the captivity that you in, because you can't see past not one white man bowing down and apologizing. So then you really don't want no apology. You don't want no, let's forget about reparations. Forget about 40 acres and a mule. Forget about any of that. You don't even want one to say, I'm going to get on my knees and apologize to you for what you've done. When you put on your knees by cops every day. Every day. You apologizing when they beating you. You apologize. They exact whatever judgment they want on you when they want it. And guess what? You are the one that apologized. They never apologize. They don't apologize to you for beating the hell out of you while you're on your knees. They don't apologize for that. But one white man can't get on his knees and apologize. They throw you down on the, drag you out your vehicle, throw you on the ground every day in every major city in America. And one white man say, I'm going to get on my knees to apologize for what we've been doing to you. And you can't even take it. You got no sense of justice for yourself. You have no sense of justice. And it is why they continue to do what they do. In the midst of George Floyd being murdered, dragged out of his car, handcuffed, not resisting the police, thrown to the ground, beat up, stomped on, then neck crushed until he died. Homicide, straight up murder. And you are not moved at all. Instead, if one white man say, I'm going to do the same thing as a gesture, you lose your mind. You're not ready. You think you ready. You think you bad. But you're not. And it is why you need to come to the Lord. I'm going to get a little more and I'm going to the scripts on it. All right.
The little girl is still with the blue jumpsuit.
We're not feeling it. We need to feel the music.
He wanted to get there. He said he was sorry for
she didn't feel the love.
He wanted to show an act of humility.
The white man got to get on his knees and there ain't no love.
His white privilege and go to this and do his thing or whatever he's going to do. That's a small thing compared to 400 years of slavery and lynching and murder and female children and goddamn alligators. That's a small thing.
I want reparations. He ain't got to kiss my boots.
I want reparations and some kids.
That's what I need you to do. I need you to cut the check. I don't need kissing my boots.
Right. We need that too. He chose it. He said it was something he can do.
You lost my people with that. You lost them. They gone. That's not why we out here, y'all. We not out here for that. We out here because somebody died. We out here because a man was murdered. Because of white supremacy. That's why we out here.
We would turn on our own brothers. You understand? We would turn on our own brothers. In the midst of a brother getting murdered, we would turn on our own brothers simply because they tell one white man, if he wants to apologize, Let him give this gesture. Let him get down on his knees and apologize. You're not ready. So it's incredible, man. It's incredible that our people freaked out because the brothers allowed him to do that. So I'm going to the scripts now because it was crazy, man, that would happen. Here's what the Lord said. This is Isaiah 31:3. Okay? 3 and 4. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. Yet we treat them like they're gods. Okay? Anytime they do us so dirty and we don't even think that they should at least apologize on their knees for just snatching so many black people's lives away, then we got a problem, man. We look at the Egyptians like a god. But the Lord said they're not gods, they're men. Here's what the Lord said, middle of the 3rd verse. And their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down. You hear what the Lord said? If you help them in this, when he come to punish them, you're going to fall with them, man. You try to give them hope when they fall, the Lord going to punish you for it too. Because every nation has its time. Egypt had their time too. The Romans had their time. The Greeks had their time. The Babylonians had their time. The Assyrians had their time. The Persians had their time. The Byzantine Empire had its time. All nations on this earth had its time, except for one, God's chosen people, the lost 12 tribes of the children of Israel. They haven't had their time. Their time is next. That's what's coming around next. So the Lord said, man, if you try to help them and hope and give them hope, then guess what? You're going to fall with them. End of the 3rd verse, Isaiah 31:3. And they all shall fail together. 4th verse. For thus saith the Lord, thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him. He will not be afraid of their voice. That's right. Like a young lion, even though he see the shepherds coming trying to get their sheep back, he will not be afraid. He's going to go and take that sheep, man. He ain't going, they yelling and screaming and throwing their staffs. He ain't going to be moved by it. Middle of 4th verse, Isaiah 31:4. Nor abase himself for the noise of them. He ain't going to make himself small or bow down or back down because of the small of them. This is the Lord's doing. This is what he's going to do. End of the 4th verse. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. The Lord is coming down, man. That's what all this is about. That's what this coronavirus is about. This coronavirus is about coming down on the empires of the world, man, for all the evil that has been done, and bringing in Christ's empire so that you begin to rule with Christ forever and ever and ever. Check this out. Listen what the Lord said. This is Numbers 22:23, 23rd verse. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. Who is Jacob? Jacob's the father of the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. You can't come up with no witchcraft against him. You don't have to worry about these plagues coming, man. The Most High will deliver you out of these plagues. The Lord can raise the dead, man. Use your brain. Think it through. Okay? Middle of the 23rd verse. Neither is there any divination against Israel. They've tried witchcraft and all that on you. What they've really done is just pour drugs on you. That's the only witchcraft they've really used on you. Brainwashed you using your preachers. But there is no divination that could come against you if you stand with the Most High, learn this truth, and walk with him like you should. Walk with your own protection, man. Okay? Walk with your own protection. Let me read on. Okay? Middle of 23rd verse. This is Numbers 23:23. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob of Israel, what have the Lord wrought? Meaning they gonna say at a certain point, they're going to say, oh my God, what have the Lord wrought? Meaning, what have he done? What have he brought forth? When they see you in all your power, in all your glory, when they see your men healthy, looking sharp, eating good, with discipline and righteousness, and not killing each other, and not selling dope, and not doing the evil things we do every day to harm ourselves and our own. When they see your woman in perfect order, down with you, dressed like she should be dressed, acting like she should be acting, not doing the evils that they have taught us to do against each other for survival. When they see that, they're going to say, man, what have the Lord wrought? What do we got going on here? What is this? 24th verse. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion. The Lord's people going to rise whether they want you to or not. Even if a few of them don't want to see the white man bow down. They don't want to see them capitulate. You comfortable. You used to them being the slave master. You don't want to see that. Okay? You don't want to see that. You outraged that George Floyd was put down on the ground and somebody sat on his neck. But you ain't outraged. But yet you still outraged that a white man get down on his knee. And the brother didn't put his foot on his neck, nor did he force him. But you still outraged. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready to see this judgment that the Lord is going to bring down. Not us, not man, but God's judgment, man. You're not ready to see it. When it happens, some of you going to run out there and try to save this man. But you can't save this place because this is the end. This is the prophecies, man. This is what's going down, and it's the hand of the Lord that's doing it. Okay? 24th verse. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey and drink of the blood of the slain. He gonna rise this nation up, man. And the prey gonna be all these nations out here. This is what Christ is gonna do. Remember what it says. It said Christ shall wear a vesture dipped in blood. Okay? Why is he wearing a vesture dipped in blood? Because that's how much killing is gonna take place in this earth by the hand of the Lord for the evil that's being done here, man. Okay? Let me give you another one. Here's what the Lord said. Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils, man. There's two evils going on among us that got to be cleaned up and cleared up and straightened out. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water. See, we caught up in every religion out here, man. And we forsook our own God. And we tried to get other gods and other religions to help deliver us from our condition, man. When the Lord said you left your fountain of water, he was a fountain of water, meaning he gave you all the knowledge you need, gave you all the prosperity you need, gave you all the discipline you needed, gave you everything you needed to become a mighty, great, and excelling nation, man, to be something so revered and feared by everybody else. He was that living water. Instead, we got rid of that living water as a people. Some of us didn't, man. I would love to be your champion, man, to stand up against this evil that's going on, like George Floyd and so many others, Eric Gardner, and so many others that have happened. But now, are you gonna meet us halfway? If we stand up, are you gonna meet us halfway? What do I mean? Meaning, if we go out there and stand up as a soldier, then are you gonna still kill our other soldiers by selling them dope? How you gonna want us to stand up and go to war when you gonna kill the rest of our soldiers by doping them up? We're not going to war. That's why Christ got the best strategy, man. He got the best strategy. Because leave it to you, a lot of you out there, you will turn around, man, we be out there trying to go to war, and you'd be out there doping up our brothers. Okay? A lot of you caught up and want a woman to go to war. Why can't the women get down? I don't like the way y'all deal with the women. The women can. Let me ask you a question, man. You want a woman to go to war, right? And when that woman gets killed in battle, then who gonna raise her children? Do she have children? Let's say she don't have no children. Okay, she ain't got no children. So let me ask you a question then. How's she gonna make more soldiers if she out there on the battlefield? How's she gonna do that, man? She can't do that. See how silly that is, man? War is for men, not women. Women ain't to be at war. War is for men. Who gonna raise up? Who gonna bring forth more soldiers? If you put the women in the war, who gonna support the soldiers that's already at war? If you put the women in it, that's a silly notion, man. Women shouldn't even be at war at all. That's a man's job. So will you meet the Lord halfway? And I'll go a step further. We killing 350,000 of our babies in the abortion clinic. Okay? You want God to fight for you? You want God to get this beast to get up off your neck and to stop doing this evil that he's doing? Will you meet the Lord halfway and stop killing all the babies in the abortion clinic? Stop allowing Planned Parenthood to sell your baby's body parts? on the open market like you sell tomatoes, man? What about that? What about that? Ask yourself that question. You're not ready. You're not ready. You ready for a little bit of love from master, and then you ready to go back to the slave quarters and be in the same hell while he get rich and go to the stars, and he building a space force and going back to the moon and getting billions of dollars of minerals off the moon, and billions of dollars of minerals he'll be getting off of other planets. And he ain't sharing none of that with you. How you know? He ain't sharing what he already got with you. He ain't sharing that with you. He giving you the crumbs. And instead of you seeing that and saying, man, we got to get us right, you say it. But then the minute somebody stand up and say, okay, we're gonna, you know, test the waters here and see if y'all really with it, what do you go and do? Oh, no, don't make master stop. Don't make master bow down. We're not here for that. You lost, and you don't even know it, man. Let me read on. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living water, and hewn them out cisterns. Cisterns is like a vessel, man. Broken cisterns. You know, and back then they used to make them out of pottery. They were pottery made out of clay. And once they crack, they can't hold no water. They were fragile in that way. It ain't like today they use steel or plastic. That's why they made plastic, because glass and pottery would break so easy. So the slave master said, man, so we can preserve and make more money, he started coming out with plastic. And now they finding out the plastic got all kind of toxins, but that's a whole nother story. My point being this, that they broken cisterns. They something that cannot hold water. Let me finish the verse. It says, broken cisterns that cannot hold no water. 14th verse, Jeremiah 2 and 14. Is Israel a servant? That's the Lord's asking the question. And let me tell you, and I ask it too. When I seen that tape and see this man 400 years, man, of slavery, of mayhem, of abuse, of abortions, of police brutality, of poverty, of governmental influx of drugs. 400 years of turning us against each other. 400 years of it. And the Lord asked a question, and I asked the same question, man. Is Israel a servant? Are black people just made to be slaves? Are black people just made to be on the bottom, and everybody should turn their back on them and forget them like they did, while the other nations all strive to make their people great, while you just sit up there and get crushed underfoot week after week? Here's what the Lord said, middle of the 14th verse, Jeremiah 2:14. Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? To be spoiled means somebody come in and take everything you have, rob you, kill you, steal everything you have, and bring you down to poverty, down to nothing. That's what's happening to us in every one of these cities, man. And the Lord asked the question, why are you spoiled? Why is everything you have destroyed? Why are you in the bottom of society? Here's the answer. Jeremiah 2 and 15. The young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made his land waste. Meaning the young lions of the other nations, man. They roared upon you, man. They moved on you. They killed you in the streets, killed you in the jail, passed laws, people who you loved and believed in, like the Democrats, passed laws to incarcerate you in massive numbers, man. Passed laws, man, to do these kinds of harms and evils to you and put you in cages, man, destroyed you. You understand? Finance Planned Parenthood, $500 million a year. They get from the government, man, to kill your babies. 350,000 of them every year they kill. That's what it means, man. They used all kind of strategies on you, man. And now it's time for you to wake up. Now it's time for you to wake up. Here's what it says, middle of 15th verse, Jeremiah 2:15. His cities are burned without inhabitants, man. Your city's burning tonight. Minnesota is burning, man. Burning without inhabitants, man. The coronavirus got most people at home. Yet the city is still burning, man. And when they say burning without inhabitants, meaning they done killed off and destroyed everybody that could actually do something. That could actually have done something to stop this cop and this evil that they've been doing in Minneapolis for Lord knows how long. This Bible has all answers, like the Lord said. He's your fountain of living water. You understand? Christ went on that cross to get you out of this captivity. He's that fountain of living water. The question is, will you come drink that water? Or are you still trying to drink the little drops of water still left in that broken cistern. That's like you sitting on the floor with a broken cup and there's a few drops of water in the cup. You still trying to lick up them few drops of water when there's a cistern sitting over there that's perfectly fine, that not only has water in it, but living water in it. That's the Bible. That's the Bible. That's the truth. That's the ISUPK. Let me give you some more. Isaiah 51, 22 to 23, 22nd verse. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God, that pleadeth the cause of his people. God pleads your cause, but you ain't listening. One white man can't bow down. Oh, forget about it. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling. He stopped your punishment. It's the time of the end of your punishment. That's what the coronavirus is about. He shut the kingdom down, man, so you can slow down. First of all, let me tell you something, man. That a lot of people don't even pick up. Everybody's upset because the schools are closed so much. The Lord closed those schools, man, and brought you your children back home. Your children are back home now. Of course, you got to make adjustments. You got to make all kind of adjustments so that they can be educated. But your children are better off educated at home than the monstrosity they've been going through in school, man. The schools have become recruiting grounds for our children to become every type of criminal on this earth. To be evil towards one another, to be stressed out, to turn to drugs, to crime, to die, to go to jail. Everybody talks about the pipeline from school to prison. Everybody talks about it. Well, it got interrupted by the coronavirus, man. The Lord interrupted it with the coronavirus. And so now your children are at home learning on a laptop. They can still have social time. Now you're going to learn how to get together with your neighbors, man. Your brothers and sisters. And they going to get their kids and you're going to get your kids. And as parents, man, you'll create the basketball and the lunch out, the gym time, the after school program. You'll be able to create that. And you'll work between it and all that. And you'll make it better. And your children will grow up much better with a clear mind, man. Happier, healthier, less stressed, and all that. You'll make better choices in what they eat and what they don't eat. You'll learn from your brothers and sisters. You'll learn just interacting with each other. When before that, your life was you drop them off on that bus stop, throw your clothes on fast as you could, run down there to that slave, and then the next thing you do, them kids growing up by themselves till 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. You don't understand how much a blessing that was, man. It ain't going to be easy. It is going to cost more. It's going to be a hardship. But you got to think about your kids. Love them enough to understand that this kind of switch is profitable and beneficial to them. Because the school system, man, is a place of horrors, man. It's like sending your kids to pre-prison, man. Piled up in the classes, unsupervised, weapons all, and they got metal detectors like you going into the jailhouse, man, in these places. When your kids belong to you, man, and the Lord is bringing them back to you, bringing them back. Now all those fathers you've been taking the child support that can't get a job, now you can come call them to now do some education for these kids. Now everybody can participate, man. Now you ain't got time to go do crime and do this and do that we otherwise get lured into, because you got a more important job, which is bringing that second generation of. Why you think they made it so mandatory your kids go to public school? Why you think they created all this truancy, man, and all of this stuff? All this was created so that you would not go out there and raise your own kids, so that they would raise your kids. And you would have to just labor all day while your children are taught by them the way they want them taught. And then you wonder why the neighborhood is so jammed up. The streets are a mess and everybody's all destroyed because somebody else is raising them children, not you. You ain't raising them. You out in the slave all day till 5 o'clock till your feet hurt, till the sweat is on your brow. The Lord brought the coronavirus and he's changing the game on you, man. And the game has gotten better for you. You just can't see it yet because you're so busy trying to get back to what you were doing as a slave. But you need to focus and learn. And you drinking out of the wrong vessel, man. You drinking out of the wrong vessel. Here's what the Lord said. He took away that cup of trembling. Middle of the 22nd verse, Isaiah 51:22. Even the dregs of the cup of my fury. That's what you were drinking. That's why we were in such poverty and hell, because he punished us for being so rebellious against him. The Lord hated a rebel, man. He said rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. What does that mean? That means if you keep bucking up against God He tell you stop eating that pork and you keep on doing it. He tell you stop smoking that weed and you keep on doing it. He tell you stop doing that crime and you keep on doing it. You bucking up against him constantly. He said it becomes like witchcraft. Before you know it, you like a damn warlock walking around doing nothing but evil until you get destroyed, man. Halfway out of your mind, man. Thinking you getting a come up, man, when you actually going down. When the things that should be important, like the next generation of soldiers and sisters that got to come up, is no longer important. That's what you should be seeing. And that's what he's calling you to see. Let me get a little bit more. Here's what he said. Thou shalt no more drink it again. You ain't drinking it again, because now's the time for you to come up out of it, man. 23rd verse, last verse, Isaiah 51:23. But I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee. Those that afflicted you, those that did that evil to you, those that crushed your neck, shot you unarmed, dragged you out of cars, put you in slavery, aborted your children, created mayhem on you. Here's what he said. Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground. You got down as the ground. You went down as the ground. George was on the ground. He laid his body as the ground. And as the street to them that went over, man. You become the people that are on the base of the kingdom, man. Everybody else is above you in this kingdom. But you could be the best. You could be the best. But you counting on what your preachers say to make you the best. When that's not what makes you the best, man. Hey, man, I'll see y'all live Monday night like I always do. And there'll be videos coming out every Wednesday and every Saturday. We'll be popping out brand new videos. Every Monday I'll be live 9 p.m. every Monday right here on this same channel, man. I'll see y'all next time, y'all. I want you to stay strong in the spirit of the Lord. Hey, listen, if you like this tape, hit the like button and share it, man. Hit the share button. Everybody share it to their own personal Facebook accounts. Share this video, man, to wake up brothers and sisters all over this earth. Hit the like button. Check me out Monday night. I'm live every Monday night. I bring the heavy hitters in. We do it up live right on this same channel. I'll see you then.